she decided to essentially test my own convictions. So we're on a car ride home together, and she just looks at me and says, we're already thinking about getting engaged, and we're thinking about getting married, fairly soon. I'm probably okay if we go ahead and sleep together now in light of that. And that's something that we'd talked about early on, waiting, saving ourselves for marriage. And so that's the conversation we had. And she decided to put it into the test, and I failed. And
whoa. Dude, run from this. Run from this, okay? Just run from this. Let this be a learning lesson for you and your heart and your soul. And dust your sandals off, man, and head to the next town. Because here's the deal. It sounds like you were in a relationship with a very manipulative person. A person that was always going to find fault with you, was going to be testing you. I mean, how's that for a basis of relationship?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it kind of caught me off guard because that's not the her that I knew.
You can hear in his voice that he sounds devastated. He got into her game and now feels like he is a failure, not knowing it has nothing to do with it.
Well, and okay, so y'all had made an agreement, and she comes in and says, hey, I think I want to change the agreement. And you go, oof, okay, I'll change the agreement. And then she's like, gotcha. No, dude, I don't want to be in relationship with that person. Like, I don't want to be in relationship with somebody that's playing gotcha with me.
Me neither, and I know most of you would feel the same way, as nobody would want to be always worried about the next test. This is not a good dynamic for any relationship.
Because then you can never walk on 2 firm feet, right? You're always wondering, is this a test? It's never a true relationship conversation. It's a pop quiz. And dude, relationships are too hard as it is. Life is too messy as it is. You have to make too many real-time decisions as it is. I got to know our foundations are firm, and you guys, and we're in this together. And if you bring up one of the foundations, that this is real talk. This is not, let's do testing time. She's not ready to be in a relationship. Or maybe she is, but I wouldn't recommend people be in a relationship with her at this time.
That's an unfair test, my guy. Run. That's not a test. That's a temptation. Why would she want to tempt him instead of help uphold his convictions? She lied to trap him. She doesn't respect him. Don't entertain tests or games. Run as far away you can. It's constantly breaking down someone's confidence. In this type of relationship, you will always be wary of an attack on your character and belief system. I agree, Runoff. Purposefully trying to put him into a place of temptation to test his convictions is wrong, especially if his are rooted religiously. Be a partner instead. Help each other uphold your convictions. The sad part about the whole story is that deep down, he believes he's in the wrong. He genuinely thinks this was a valid test and that he failed it. You can hear the pain and sadness in his voice. Somehow, she managed to convince him that it was normal, and now he feels like he did something wrong, without realizing that the test itself makes no sense. That alone should be enough reason to let her go, so she can find someone else who is willing to be in a relationship based on these types of games. It's clear she's good at playing mind games, and going forward, things will only become more difficult. This is something he needs to think about before deciding to go through with the marriage. Why would anyone want to be with a person who constantly tests them?
She's not ready to be in a relationship. Or maybe she is, but I wouldn't recommend people be in a relationship with her at this time.
I agree with the host on this. Her behavior reflects someone who is not yet mature enough to maintain a long-term relationship. She lacks what it takes to build something lasting. So what's the point? He needs to move on and find someone who's on the same page. Someone who is genuinely ready to be a wife. There's a valuable lesson in this clip. It's clear that this guy is very naive, and she likely picked up on that early on, which is probably why she had no problem playing this game. This highlights the importance of knowledge and awareness, because I know she wouldn't have been able to play this game with most of you. You know better, and you wouldn't even entertain that possibility.
Some married couples go for weeks without being involved. So, listen, some go for months without being involved. Who? This is what happens. He feels betrayed because it's almost like air to us in a sense. You have the one thing as a kingdom man, you have the one thing that I can't get anywhere else. I liken it to me being in the desert. I'm in the desert, and you have water for me in the desert, and you refuse to give me the water. And my mouth dry, I'm thirsty, I'm like, give me the water. Nope, nope, nope. You didn't clean up the kitchen. Nope, you didn't wash off the camel. Nope, I need the water. Nope, nope, nope. I'm mad. I got a headache. But this is what happens. Now, there's somebody else in the desert with the fountain of water as well. You telling me that you're not going to give me any water from your fountain. So what you expect me to do? Just don't do whatever you want to, just whatever. But when I go and get water from another fountain, now it's a problem.
This is what many tend to overlook. And honestly, it's also where a significant portion of infidelity begins. I'm not saying cheating is the solution, but failing to acknowledge that he might seek fulfillment elsewhere is a mistake some have made, and it has cost them their marriage.
Now it's how did you do me like that? Now you feel betrayed because I got water from another fountain. But you had water in the fountain all the time, and I'm over here begging you for water. So you wonder why.
I beg your damn holding it to yourself pardon. Ladies, I know damn well. Y'all ain't still playing that old game. No, please. Y'all still trying to hold it out.
So you want the water for free while she doing everything? Boy, bye. And that's leading to a man finding someone else to fall on. Who is married holding out for weeks and months? Hell no, it's divorce time. This is the reality for many couples. And ironically, they're often the first to complain when their spouse steps outside the marriage. That's why those who are more considerate of their partner's emotional and physical needs are in a better position, as they're far less likely to end up in a situation where their partner feels the need to seek fulfillment elsewhere. What makes it even more interesting is that in some cases, it is used as a tool in the relationship. But only those who lack maturity will engage in that kind of dynamic. Guys who know their worth and understand what they bring to the table simply won't participate in it.
If you are a stay-at-home mom, you should be receiving a salary from your husband. If you are a stay-at-home mom, otherwise known as a non-compensated working mom, and you are married to a man, your husband, the compensated partner, should be paying for the uncompensated labor. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of pissed off men in the comments, but try to replace you. Try to replace a stay-at-home mom. You're going to be paying for a chauffeur, a chef, a nanny, a project manager for the house. In fact, recent data has shown that stay-at-home moms, non-compensated working parents, if you had to pay them a salary, it would be at least $175,000 a year. So if you are a non-compensated working mom, if you are a stay-at-home mom, you deserve a salary from your husband. I said it.
Not an angry man, more of a concerned one. I get your point, but if you're serious about this, it basically turns one's marriage into a series of transactions that will inevitably lead to resentment and ongoing conflict. Are you going to use that money he pays you to pay your half of the bills? Nope. I'd never expect my man to pay me on top of all the stuff he already gets for me. I'm perfectly happy to clean the house, cook the food, and take care of the kids while my man goes to make money to provide for us. Is she implying that wives should be their husband's employees? Should he be expected to pay her for living in the home for free and taking care of her own child? How does any of this make sense? Before posting a video like this, she should consider how it might influence the mindset of those watching. Anyone who tries to apply this logic in their own relationship will likely end up losing it because there aren't many men willing to entertain that kind of dynamic. This is exactly the kind of content that does more harm than good when it comes to fostering family unity and healthy relationships. I truly don't understand where her perception of marriage comes from. Marriage is supposed to be about two people coming together to support each other and build a life as a team. No one owes the other anything, it's a mutual effort. By her logic, we could just as easily argue that since the husband is working and she's staying at home, she also owes him, because his work supports not just the family, but her as well.
I just asked my husband to send me $300 for the grocery, and he mixed up the numbers, the zeros, and sent me 30,000. Guys, I'm running to airport. Don't text me, don't call me, don't lose me. I'm going on a vacation finally. See you.